No, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Uh, hopefully. All right. Sorry, guys. My internet connection went down, so I'm hoping you can hear me. Happy Friday. Can you hear the audio? I'm trying to find the. Can you hear the audio? Let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay. I was ready to come on. My internet was down for 2 hours, and I didn't want to live stream on my phone. Okay, good, Linda. Okay, I was wondering where my chat box. Okay, awesome. Let me catch my breath. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Trying to make sure I can see. Let me adjust my. Hi, Simi. I literally, I'm trying to catch my breath. It's like I ran down here. I literally thought I was trying to post a message on, what is it called? Community post that I was going to cancel the live because I think my internet, my server has been down, I think, actually almost 3 hours, I think it was. And streaming on my phone is a nightmare. Anyways, happy Friday, guys. I don't think I can see. Okay. All right. We're just going to jump right in. We're trying to make this live. Today has been a long day. Hopefully, you guys had a good week. Let me know if at any time there's any like static or something, because sometimes, yeah, just with the audio. If you can't hear at any time, let me know. Alrighty. Hopefully, you guys had a good week. All right. I'm gonna pull up my questions on my phone and just jump. If you have a question, just post it on the group chat. I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as I can. Oh, thanks, Carly. Hi, hope you're doing good. Yeah, thank you. You should have seen me 30 minutes ago with my little twigs. I had to fluff my little afro. But thank you. I hope everybody had a good week. Simi, I'm not sure what language that is. Are you from India? Oh, I think I see Cecil Vidge, like the name. But I don't know what you're asking though. I have to figure out how to do like a translation or something. I don't know how to do it. Okay, let me get to the questions. For whatever reason, I always struggle reading the live chat, the comments. Okay. If you have a question, just post it in the chat. I'm trying to pull up the questions I received, and now I have to zoom up my own. Usually I use my iPad, but it's not charged to pull up the questions. All right, let's see. So I'm still trying to update. I don't know, for whatever reason, I started updating all the links on my YouTube in the YouTube description box. I want to say probably from, I think, from 2023, and I just got tired. So basically, I still have questions from people trying to find the ingredients or the measurements. In those earlier videos, I think I say it every time. I think I put it in the description box that you can find the formula on my Patreon. But I think I need to probably go more in depth. Like, I think I need to just explain. I don't want someone thinking my earlier videos where I said I was going to share the formula, now it's gone. I don't think people realize that the reason I stopped, I pulled a lot of the old content, well, the formulas rather, was because someone stole them. So if you notice from, and I think I say it every time, but I just really need to just set aside a day or two and just update all that information. Um, I'm working on a bunch of things with trying to do like a bulk collection of formulas. So that way you don't have to pay for each. And really, this is only for the earlier formulas. All the formulas I've been sharing on YouTube from June of 2023 till now, they're all in the video. I don't, except maybe business formulas. I think I did post a few business formulas on YouTube recently where I am selling the actual business recipe or formula. But in the video, I always give an alternative. So I always give an alternative like, hey, I'm not, if you can't buy the recipe, it's fine. I always post an alternative in the video. So, anyways, I'm working on updating all that. So bear with me. And then somebody asked about ebooks, how much it costs. A lot of times, those are very frustrating questions to get, to be honest, because everything is in the description box. And it's just like, all that information is there. Because if I get 20, 30 questions in one day, and one question is, how much is your ebook? Most likely, I'm going to answer that because I have so many other questions I can't even answer. So usually most of them are in the descriptive information is always in the description box. It's just I think honestly I think before today I saw I watched a video of one of the girls I've been following for maybe 3 years. She's a business owner. She has a hair care line. She's actually a huge influencer. She's like, oh, I'm going to stop doing hair care content, which is what basically made her famous. And that's how she got her business started. Her hair butter blew up on TikTok. So then she started selling it on as a business. And she just was like, yeah, she's tired of doing hair content. So I think when I watched it, I was like, man, am I tired of doing skincare formulations? I feel I'm, I feel like I got burned out last year and I took a break. Nobody knew I took a break. I think I took a break for like 6 months. And I think that's how I feel now. I think I'm just tired of, of the content. So not the content. I enjoy what I'm doing. Today I already filmed 2 videos today. I just have to edit it down. But it's just sometimes you get burned out and exhausted with questions, questions, questions. And let's see. Hi, Heather. Let me see. I'm looking to make a face mask for wrinkles with bakuchi oil. Any suggestions? I don't understand your question. Any suggestions regarding what? Could you be more specific? Suggestions like, yeah, if you could be more specific, I'm not really sure. You want to make a face mask. Are you making a dry mask or are you making a water-based mask? Yeah, could you just provide a bit more information so I have an idea of what type of mask you're trying to, if it's a water-based mask or I'm thinking it's going to be a water-based mask since you said bakuchi oil. But as far as suggestions, I'm not really sure what you mean. Yeah. Do you mean suggestions regarding the ingredients, additional ingredients you can add, things like that? Hey, Fit the Beauty. Hey, girl, what's up? I've been saying we need to catch up. Every time I say we're going to catch up, and we never do. But if you're looking for information regarding any of my products, books, if you go to YouTube and you go to my page, my store is linked there, so everything is there. And usually in the description box of most of, at least my, like I said, I'm updating all the links. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired, so I keep looking away. Um, I'm working on updating the links. All right. Okay. What ingredients would you need in a mask? If you're making a water-based mask, so you're making a face mask for wrinkles with bakuchi oil. You can apparently you can incorporate hydrating ingredients. You can incorporate. You said for wrinkles. What is good for wrinkles, really? I don't think I've formulated anything really for wrinkles. You could probably use. I'm trying to think what active would be a good one. Hi, Margaret. With any water-based product, this mask, serum, lotion, anything that's water-based, you want to kind of break it up into, I would say, segments or sections. So you have obviously your distilled water. Into your distilled water, you can always incorporate other things like hydrosols. So for me, if I was making a face mask for maybe wrinkles, I would look to incorporate something like maybe an additional hydrosol, maybe something like a cucumber or something like a rose or lavender, or things that are just, and that's optional. But for me, if I'm making a mask, a face mask, water based mask, then you can probably incorporate hydrating ingredients. So if you don't want to use, excuse me, if you don't want to use vegetable glycerin, which is one of the most popular, sorry, I got to drink water. So you break your mask formula into segments. You have your water portion, you have your humectants. So you can choose whatever humectants. There are a bunch of humectants. You have glycerin, you have sodium lactate, you have like literally my brain is just fried today. I'm so tired. But you can break it into humectants. Why is it I can only think of two humectants right now? Um, but vegetable glycerin, propenzyl, you can add panthenol. So you've broken it down to your water portion, which you can include hydrosols, aloe vera juice. So anything that's just going to kind of hydrate, be very hydrating for the skin. For wrinkles, I think as you get older, your skin kind of loses like that collagen. So if I want to look for ingredients that maybe have collagen or collagen type or extracts or actives, um, and then you can the additives. What am I saying? You can have your additives. So for me, a lot of times I do a lot of research online. If I'm trying to formulate something, I'm not really sure what ingredients. But you can look for. I think ceramides are always good to incorporate. Ceramides are good, and then you can probably choose 2 to 3 extracts in the mask. Since I'm assuming it's obviously you're going to have put it on the face. I'm thinking you're looking more like a jelly mask is what I'm thinking. So you need a thickener. So and then you need a preservative. So I think once you break it down into those groups, you just choose. You can choose. I would say for me personally, I'll probably incorporate at least 3 type extracts or actives. No, no, I'm not say actives. I don't want you to go, but from either of those groups. So I can probably say, okay, maybe I want to include like the ceramides, or I want to include maybe 2 extracts. I want to include ultra hydrating ingredients. Um, that was what I would suggest. So once you break it down like that, then your thickener and then your preservative, then it kind of makes it easier to formulate. It's so difficult to say ingredients because if you go to a supplier like Lotion Crafter and you go to like collections or their um, actives or extracts, you're going to see so many. So it's just a matter of choosing what you feel is the best fit for your formula. Let's see. Crystal, hi. I've been trying to formulate emulsified body butter, but it's daunting. No, why? It shouldn't be daunting. And they sell. Okay, so you said, hi, I've been trying to formulate emulsified body butters, but it's daunting because I'm in the UK and all they sell is emulsifying wax BP. I don't know emulsifying wax BP though. Is it similar to emulsifying wax NF? So I used it as 6%, 6% acetyl alcohol at 3%. Heather, you're welcome. Uh, but it's coming out waxy. Well, you can try one of two things. You can either do 2 batches, make the smallest batch. I probably say that probably be like maybe 100 grams, I think. just make a small batch, make two. So maybe your first formula, why not try, I don't know emulsifying wax BP. I don't know if it's similar to NF. If it's similar to NF, you can probably try using it at 5% and then do your cetyl at 1%. So that's going to be your first batch. So you're going to do two small batches. I know nobody wants to waste ingredients. Trust me, as someone that has spent a lot of time wasting ingredients to make products, yeah, you have to. So let's say your first batch is, okay, let me see. Combination of cetyl alcohol base and polysorbate 60. Hmm, let me see. I am not familiar with that emulsifying wax. I'm trying to see if I can get the. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that emulsifying wax. Maybe it's. Let me see. Maybe it's cetyl alcohol base and polysorbate 60. Thanks, Feed the Beauty. Thanks, Christy. You're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I used to have that waxy. One of my first butters I made. Oh my gosh, that waxy feel is so annoying. Hang on, okay. I'm trying to see. Do you know what? Do you happen to know what? Let me see. Polysorbate 60. I'm not a fan of polysorbate 60 in emulsifying. Well, that's just me though. So let's see. Is it citrus? Maybe it's citrus. Is it citral alcohol? Because you said cetyl alcohol base. Do you mean citral alcohol? I don't know. But you can try. That's one thing I'll say. Try. Uh, yeah, I'm not familiar with that emulsifying wax, but one thing you can try with two batches. So this is what I do for all my whenever I'm making emulsions, I play around with the emulsifying wax, co-emulsifying wax. So why not try your first batch? Use the emulsifying wax at maybe 5%, and then drop the cetyl to 1%. Okay. So let's try that. That's going to be your first batch, Crystal. Okay. Then your second batch, and you're basically making them side by side, and then you're going to wait a few days, test it. Then your second batch, we're going to do. I wish I knew what that emulsifying wax, the story behind it, because I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that inky. And then maybe your second batch. So the first batch, 5%, C2, 1%. The second batch, try. I'm going to say try 4%, and then C2, 2. So 4, 2. So first batch, 5 to 1. Second batch, 4 to 2. The reason why I'm dropping it down is to see that that's what has worked best for me in terms of trying to adjust the waxiness. I don't know what your ratio is for your oils, your fats, but try reducing. You don't want your cetyl too high. So if your cetyl is 3%, the main emulsifying wax has to drop. It's just too high. Well, it's not that it's too high, but it's going to give you that waxy feeling. So drop one or the other. So either you leave the emulsifying wax at 6, drop the cetyl to 1, 5 or 6 doesn't matter. Then or drop it to 4, 2. You just want to kind of have an idea of what the feel will be. Let's see. Best emulsifier. I don't know that there's a best emulsifier for oil and water hair serum. Most of the emulsifying waxes that I do like. What is it? If I can even type. I'm trying to type with my thumb. Not hang on. I haven't really. Most times I just use. I don't get hung up over those oil, water, oil. Most times I've found that. Oh, you're welcome, Crystal. Uh Crystal, your formula is interesting. Why do you have? You said you're making an emulsified body butter. Okay, that your formula is not making sense to me, my dear. You have 35% oils and 40% butter. That just sounds like that's not an emulsion. Do you have water in that formula? Do you have water in there, Crystal? Yeah, do you mind? Yeah, that sounds rather off. Yeah. Let me catch my breath. Yeah, that sounds off. Way off. Um okay, sorry. Let me see. I think I got sorry. Christine said, what is the best emulsifier for oil and water? Hair serum. Uh I don't know that there's a best emulsifier. Most times I've found that which ones do I like? I don't even know that I like. I use pretty much use most of the same emulsifying waxes. When I make serums, honestly, I don't like I don't usually use emulsifying waxes in my serums. Once in a while, I tend to use more of solubilizers. I like the feel better if I'm incorporating oil. But if you're trying to use this is just regular like standard emulsifying waxes that I've used to test, but I haven't like released those videos. Would be maybe emulsifying. Yeah, right. Feed the beauty. I have a feeling she's not making the emulsion that we use water. I've seen some people make emulsified butters, body butters, and okay, yeah, she said it wrong. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, water 60, glycerin 4, butter 15. Yeah, the oil and butter is fine. Wait, 60, 60, 60, 64, 79, 89. God, I can't. I'm trying to add. I can't, you don't make me do math. Um. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, Christine. Can you let me know so that way I can kind of have an idea? Because sometimes those kind of questions. So for your hair serum, about how much oil are you trying to incorporate? That will also kind of about how much oil because most standard emulsifying waxes like Olivem 1000, Ritamols SCG, Montanov, almost any emulsifying wax on the market, honestly, is going to be fine for a serum. Because you just need a small amount to emulsify because your hair serum. I doubt that your hair serum has a huge amount of oil in there. Even if it's 20% oil, most emulsifying waxes are going to be fine. If you're making a hair serum, I'll just say use BTMS 50. Maybe try using BTMS 50 like 1%, and it's going to give you a light hair serum. Yeah, you can do probably BTMS 50. Since you're making a hair serum, BTMS 50 is a very good conditioning wax. I typically like to use BTMS 50 most times if I'm doing hair formulations. If uh I'm gonna have to use my phone to do this math because I was trying to use my head. I was trying to use my head to do this, and hang on, sorry. What is on my? Okay, where is your preservative 5%? Okay. Okay, let me add 60, 4, 15, 10, 6 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus point 0.5. Your formula is not okay, point 0.5. I was like, okay. Yeah, if you're adding any type of water, oil to your hair serum, if there's an oil in your formulation, 9 out of 10 times you're going to end up with a milky. If you're using an emulsifying, the only time it's very hard, I can't even lie. The only time you're going to have anything, I don't think I have that form. Like I did a, let me see. But I used Tigos. I don't know how much oil you're trying to incorporate in your serum, but I used Tigosol 61 to solubilize the oils because it's the solubilizers for heavier oils like plant oils, not like fragrance. But and I think all I had in that formula was essential oils, and it came out pretty clear. It came out pretty clear. So Christine, just to make sure I understand you. Yeah, you have a lot of oil. It's going to be milky. Yeah, it's going to be a milk. It's going to look like a milky. Yeah, it's going to be if you. Yeah, it's going to be milky. Not in that. The only time you're going to have something clear is if you're incorporating maybe essential oils or fragrances because you're incorporating a smaller percentage. But 20 something percent, you're going to end up with a milky, cloudy-ish type serum. It's not going to be clear. If you want a clear serum, then don't use any type of oil. I mean, maybe Feed the Beauty. Actually, Feed the Beauty, that's more your spec because you do more of hair formulations. But that has been my experience. Anytime I've incorporated any type of oil in large amounts, yeah. If it's a small amount like fragrance, essential oil, you have a better chance. But Feed the Beauty definitely Feed the Beauty has a hair business and she makes like hair formulations and she's really good. So Fidi Beauty, can you look at Christine's question? She's trying to make a hair serum, but she wants it clear. She tried polysorbate. I think you said you tried polysorbate 80. I can't remember what you said. Polysorbate 80. Yeah, it's not good with polysorbate 80. Nah, it's not. It's too. Usually they recommend using equal. So basically, with the way the polysorbates work, they recommend using either at least equal amounts of the polysorbate to the oil. So if you had 23% oil, that means you had to use at least 23% polysorbate 80. So I don't know how that formula would be. So if you had 23% oil, 23% polysorbate, that's already 46. You barely have 50% left. Yeah. And then you said you also added, yeah, you're not going to get it. I mean, you're not going to get a clear formula. Not that's such a high percentage of oils. And to be honest, you don't even need that much oil in this hair serum. Just from personal experience, formulating the few hair serums I've made, you don't need. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's too high. Did you use equal amounts of polysorbate 80? Now I'm invested. But while we're doing that, I'm going to answer some more questions that I got. Let's see. Uh, sorry, I have to respond to something real quick. All right. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, even if you did use equal amounts of the oil, even people that formulate, like a lot of times people will use polysorbate either 20 if they're trying to make like a room spray, linen spray, things like that. Even with a small percentage of oils with the polysorbate, that's one thing I really hated. Even I tried a natural alternative to polysorbate and it never is clear. At least but if you're using like a what is it, an overhead stirrer, a lot of times incorporating actually it helps incorporate it better because then your hands are kind of free, meaning the machine is doing all the mixing for you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's too high. Yeah, for those kind of things, I always say invest in a like an overhead stirrer mixer, something because it's going to make it easy. You honestly cannot mix that amount of oil by hand and expect it to be clean. There's just no way. And a lot of times you have to kind of pour it bit by bit, mix. Yeah, yeah, it's too high. Yeah, Christy even said double the amount of polysorbate. I said use equal. Yeah, Yeah, it's not going to be clear. Okay, so let me see. What other question I got? I closed my page. Sorry. Let's see. And if anyone has any other question, just I'm trying to find the questions I had. I was so unprepared. What else? I don't see any other questions, so it looks like that's where we're at. Let's see. I've been on here 30 minutes, so if yeah, good luck. I think yeah, you just have to probably tweak it a little bit. Okay, I'm just hopefully my internet doesn't go down again. Let's see. I'm trying to read these questions on my phone, but then I have to really zoom my phone because I can't see as well. Let's see. Somebody asked me in one of my body butter videos, you're welcome, Christine, if whenever I refer to, and I guess maybe it's how I pronounce it, whenever I say butter, do I mean like the butter that we use for cooking? No, that's like, I don't even know what the type of butter we use for cooking. Um, I don't know, but it's like plant butters, like your shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter. I don't really know. I don't know if anyone uses that for cooking. I know, I think cooking would be more like people use like I guess coconut oil. But anyways, when I say butter, I mean plant butters for formulating skincare, hair care. Yeah, Fidi Beauty, you have a good point. If you're using that amount of oil, you might as well just make it a hair oil. But I can see why she would want to also incorporate oil into the serum. Because you know what I found out recently? Well, not recently, I've kind of always known it, but I kept hoping it wasn't true. So now I always deal with like, I don't know, I've said it before, I had like seborrheic dermatitis. And I also, I think whenever I went to the dermatologist, they said, well, you have like, because my scalp gets very flaky. And I did have like, I think years ago, about 10 years ago, I was it 10 years ago, I had about 90%, 95% of my hair, everything got burned off due to a bad perm. So my hair was growing back. But for whatever reason, I have this area, it's like a small patch there that just is so, it flares up. So I've seen like two different dermatologists and they all say, oh, use the shampoo, yada, yada, yada. So, anyways, I was using like my natural hair oils and all that stuff whenever I feel like a flare up. So it always feels good. But then after like the next day or two, it already feels like, oh my gosh, I feel like I want to rip my scalp. But I found that using a hair serum, because it has more of the water-based hydrating ingredients, actually has been very calming for my scalp. So so basically I see the sense in why she's wanting to do the water-based serum, because for me now that's literally the only thing that is keeping my scalp calm. Like I did a water-based serum. I think I shared it on Patreon, but it was with like herbs. It was a herbal, yeah. And I've not used any oil on that area for probably 2 weeks, and I've not had any like. So I guess the pros and cons with hair. Now, if you have a normal scalp, where you're not dealing with itchiness, flakiness, you know, then yes, a hair oil. But if you have like conditions like maybe scalp psoriasis, or specifically I would say seborrheic dermatitis, I think those oils definitely would probably feed, they say like the yeast or whatever. I don't know, fungus, I don't know. Child. I just know the water-based hair serum is helping me more than the oil. I use the oil now for like my hair to seal moisture in my hair and then maybe like my edges. But for that spot there, I am not messing with it. Okay. So moving on. As I told you guys, okay. Somebody asked me. I've gotten so many questions. Let's see. Somebody said they make. Oh, I haven't used that. You know, one oil I really like. I don't know. Maybe it's just personal. Maybe I'm just what is the word? Biased? Is it biased, or I prefer it more than I like what is it called? middle foam seed oil. That's such a light oil. But I'll try this. Is it Abyssinian? I don't know how you put, but I've heard of it, but I've not used it. Yeah, if you're making any type of hair oil, face oil, body oil, you want oils that absorb quickly. You don't really want to use oils that feel okay. Well, you don't really want oils that are just going to be sitting on your skin. Like for hair oils, I like maybe I can do some heavier oils for hair oils, like avocado oil is a bit heavier. I don't mind that. But it really comes down to preference. There's so many oils, there's so many things out there. And now with ingredients being so expensive, you have to decide what you are going to purchase. Everything is so expensive. I was trying to buy a few ingredients. I was making a lotion today, and I had written the formula, I prepped everything, brought out all my ingredients, wiped everything down, and I was like, oh, hold on. I said, I know this Ritamos SCG. It's been a hot minute because I usually write the dates on, when I receive. I said, hold on, I know this Ritamos. I thought I bought another one. So I was like, oh man, this Ritamos SCG is expired. I mean, it is like I did the smell test. I was like, oh, it smells okay, but it's like, no, I think I've had it for, I think it's at least 2 years now, second year now. I was just like, no, I don't want to mess up my whole batch. Maybe I might use the wax. So I ended up having to use BTMS 50, which I typically prefer for hair. But I mean, people use it for body formulations and stuff, but I don't really. I prefer Ritamos SCG. Anyways, if anybody knows how to translate, I don't know. I probably need to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to do translation because I've gotten requests to translate in other languages. And I don't know. I need to figure it out. It's just like when I say my to-do list is just um it's just I think I was speaking earlier about just feeling burned out and wanting to just pivot because sometimes honestly it's so much easier to do what is it to just do teaching and education type what is the word like a niche because it's less work and it's when I say not say let me not say less work. You're not having to formulate as much, you're not having to do so many test batches and then make a video and then the last few videos I think I did where I did not share my actual formula. I think those were like my business formulas. Before I was like, oh, I'm just going to post it and just share it I've shared other formulas where they were actually business formulas that I just shared, posted in the video. And a lot of times you don't even get a like or even, and not everybody's going to like a video. But what is annoying is when I go see the analytics and I see like there's a video I did, I think it was last year. It was like a super simple DIY body wash. I wanted to make that video so simple for anybody, like even a 10, 11-year old, if they see the formula written out, directions, they can make it. That was the goal of that video. It was like a DIY simple body wash. And I put like a coloring, it's like a pink body wash. That video, I broke it down. I felt like I broke it down. So have pretty good views. Comments are pretty good. The entire formula is in that video. It's in percentages, it's in grams. Like it's detailed, step by step. Description box has where you can purchase everything. And then you now look and now start seeing dislike, dislike, dislike. And you're wondering, what is the reason to dislike the video? Is it the accent? So you get, those things that can be very discouraging because whenever the whole thing happened where my content was stolen, I don't think I was ever the same again because even when my natural reaction, the way I am as a person, I tend to naturally just over extend myself. I always give, like oh, hey, you need this. Okay, if I have it, okay, let me tell you how you can get it, where you can go. But when that thing happened, it's just like it. And then I think I now saw Lotion Crafter yesterday posted on their website, like people are impersonating their website. So that Lotion Crafter is a big supplier in the US. So you have people that are actually creating fake lotion crafter websites. Like, and then even Institute of Personal Care Science, they had a major thing where people were stealing their videos, stealing their content. I think somebody signed up for from what I understood, they signed up for the course, the cosmetic formulation course, and I think they stole everything that was PDF downloadable. They stole everything and they now marketed it as theirs. So it just makes people not want to share. And it's almost like when you do share, people still don't appreciate it, because sometimes you see some comments and I'm like, even now, even on social media, now just to read this comment because I was so like, when I saw the comment, I was so like irritated. But I just responded because Instagram, I'm not really active like that on Instagram. I'll post here and there. But when I do post, so I posted and this is just, I'm curious to how people do this because it's just basically the point is it's just making me feel so burned out to where um reassessing, analyzing. Now I just have peace to where I don't respond to DMs. Before I used to be so stressed out about DMs. Oh my gosh, I have to respond to every DM. And I will set aside a time during the day to respond to DMs. I'll take the time. I'll even like if they ask me stuff like, I'll send the link. This is da 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 da. This person, and a lot of times you don't even get a thank you back. And you don't do it for the thank you, obviously, but sometimes it's so annoying when someone is blowing up your DM. So that's why now I don't even look at the DMs. Like, so I posted a video on YouTube on I said YouTube on Instagram because I I think I post so sporadic on Instagram. Like I don't understand Instagram analytics. I posted my like a deodorant. I've been using a lot of recycled content because honestly, I don't filming is so exhausting. I cannot. So I posted the deodorant. No, sorry, I'm sorry. What did I post? I posted a body butter. Now, one thing I'll say, and I'm very proud of myself, is when it comes to body butter making, I don't care. Someone can send me a formula. You can send me your formula, right? And tell me, hey, I've tried to make this, it comes out horrible. I can look at that formula by the grace of God and like look and say, nah, you need to tweak this, because I've put so much time. When I say body butter making, I yeah, I can literally sit down right now and I can probably write 20, 30 body butter formulas, no lie. And they try true and tested because I've tried so many ingredients. But anyways, I posted this video on my Instagram. Like Instagram reels. Just, vanilla body butter, yada yada yada, lightweight. You know how you try and do your marketing. And then somebody posted in the comments, not even, oh hi, oh looks good, or most times people I follow, when I like a lot of their things, sometimes I'm not sure how to like I don't want to come off creepy in the comments. So most times I'll just put like a heart emoji or something, unless it's something that I really need to comment on. But this person posts under the video, my body butter video that I posted on Reels on Instagram. Mind you, on my Instagram page, it shows I'm a business, right? It shows I'm a business. My name is OC Skincare. It says I'm handcrafted plant-based skincare. It has my business link that will take you to my shopping website. I'm just trying to put it in perspective. And the comment says, under this body butter video that I'm marketing, hello, how do you quality check these products? Like what tests are required and how to test them? Read again. Hello, how do you quality check these products? Like what tests are required and how to test them? That's what you're posting under a body butter promo. This is a reel for my business. So I posted kindly direct questions to, and I put my business email. I put it there. Kindly direct questions to oc@shopocskin.com. That's my business email. They did not send any message. They didn't send anything. So basically, when I post a reel marketing my business and you ask me, how do I quality check these products? What tests are required? And how do I test them? Those are three questions in one. So I'm supposed to now respond, okay, when I'm quality testing my products, this is what I do. Step one, I do A. So those are the things. I think it's because I shop at different like businesses. I bought stuff from small like black owned businesses, non-black owned. I could care less, black owned, white owned, whatever you are, whatever business. If it resonates with me, I like what you're selling and I want to support, I'm going to buy. I mean, 20, 30 bucks here and there won't kill me. But I'm not going to post on your video when I see you marketing your deodorant. Hey, what powder are you putting in there? Or how do you mix it to where it gets to this texture? For a 20, if you're posting a 20, 30-second promo, be it YouTube shorts, when I post YouTube shorts for 30 seconds to a minute, I'm not posting it as a tutorial where I'm saying step one, step two. It's just to show you what I do. It's just like so exhausting. I think that's what the mental exhaustion comes into play. Christine, I just saw your comment. When you're great, unfortunately, people get jealous and make mean remarks. But I don't even know that the remark was mean. I think it was just instead of just looking at the reel and moving on. See, the thing is when I post like my stories and things, you can see who watches your stories. You know what I mean? You can see who views your stories. I see a lot of people that follow me that have never for one day commented. So I'm just like, why are you following this person? If you're not going to engage, you're not going to comment, Now I don't comment and post like now I follow Tara Lee. I follow some other creators, Yaya and things. If I see their posts, more or less I just do a quick heart emoji and I like it and I move on. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't get how people follow people. There's someone I follow on YouTube. He does a lot of oh my gosh, he's not even in this space, but he does a lot of recaps, a lot of shows I watch, reality shows. I love his recaps. I don't even when he comes or when I get the notification that he's posted or he's live, I just go there and just like it automatically. I just like the video. I don't even know what he's going to say. If he's going to say, I just don't. I guess the point I'm making is I just don't get how people follow people, and if you just don't want to support, then why are you following? It's just every day I'm always saying, okay, this is the day I'm going to close my Instagram, but I'm always afraid if I close my Instagram because Instagram honestly doesn't do anything. I don't get any benefit from Instagram right now. I just post on. I post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I stopped posting on Facebook after they stole my content. And then Facebook was like crickets over there. So I'm debating, do I just keep YouTube and TikTok? I don't know. But anyways, that's just me yapping. Christine said I tried my body butters and they're still unsuccessful. What's making them unsuccessful? Anybody that's following my page shouldn't be having bad body butters because I've done so many things on body butter making. I've done so many videos like tips and tricks. Maybe my tips and tricks are just not good, I guess. Let me know what's making it unsuccessful. Is it hard? I'm trying to answer a question somebody asked me. I've been on here for 8 minutes. I'm going to hop off soon. It's been a long day. And I thought I was going to cancel the live because, like I said, my internet went down. Somebody asked me about their body butter. Let me see. I'm scrolling on my. Oh, Jesus. I think I closed it. Sorry. Okay, there we go. I started making body butters and realized they get extremely hard after 24 hours. Is there anything I can add to make it moist? If you're making anhydrous, not necessarily. You have to, if you're struggling with having hard body butter products, you look at your ratio. And yeah, if it's hard, cocoa butter is too hard. Cocoa butter is hard. Cocoa butter is a hard butter, but you can incorporate it. You just have to use less. So, for example, one of the formulas I made recently, I haven't edited the video, but I'm hoping I don't know if I'll release it Sunday or the Sunday after. Excuse me, or the week after. But I use cocoa butter. 2% should not do it now. 2% is not much. 2% is not making it hard. That's not why your body butter is hard. 2% is very small. I thought you were going to say something like 60, 70%. And 2% is small. Are you also using shea butter? Oh, you used to use more. Okay, gotcha. So just the tip would be, yeah, 2% is even up to 10% is fine. 10, 50. It depends on your. This is the key, and I think I've said it in my body butter video, my step by step guide. You use a smaller ratio of hard butters, so your soft butter will have a higher percentage. So, like shea butter is a soft butter. Like basically, you can take shea butter and just put it on your hand. It's going to melt like within seconds. But cocoa butter is not like that. So use a higher percentage of shea butter. Yeah, but 2% is small. It's really tiny. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't know what your formula is, but I would say is to avoid having hard butters. I always say stick to a higher percentage of soft. A higher percentage of soft butter. You can add your hard butter. So, yeah, shea butter is one of the best. Yeah, shea butter is one of the best. So most times, if you look at a lot of my formula breakdowns, if you look at my body butter formula breakdowns, a lot of times you always, the only time I use a hard butter, like I have a cocoa butter form, like body butter. You can use only cocoa butter, it's fine, even though it's hard, right? But you have to have enough oils to make it balance out. So maybe I'll use something like maybe 55 to 60 max of cocoa butter, right? And then the rest will be oils. Or I might try something like 55 cocoa butter, maybe 10% shea butter, just to kind of balance it out. But if you want to use more of cocoa butter, which you can do, you have to have a good amount of oils to soften out the overall formula. Yeah, that's the only way it works. I love shea butter and mango. That's my body butter products I sell. Is my blend is shea butter and mango butter. That combination has worked perfectly for me. I've tried so many other butters. Those two work really well. But as far as adding anything to make your body butter moist, that was a question I got. They said their body butter gets extremely hard after 24 hours. Can they add anything to make it moist? I would say no. I would say adjust your ratio, reduce the percentage of your hard butter. Because even if you add something like glycerin, why you add glycerin, I would say you would have to add maybe like a, what is it, like an emulsifying wax or something to help it. I think I've seen people just add glycerin and not add anything else. I've never tried that, so I can only advise on what I've done or what I know to do. Thank you, Feedy Beauty, for catching that. The 5% rosemary oil is too high. Yeah, I noticed that. I just forgot to comment. Yeah, the rosemary essential oil. Yeah, that is. I think she meant point 0.5. I think that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe she meant point 0.5. I'm hoping that's what she meant. I'm thinking she might have meant point. She might have meant. I can't talk. Maybe she meant point 0.5. Yeah, and yes, I don't any essential oil. I don't even think in my soap, even in my cold processed soaps, I don't think I even use essential oils that high. Okay, let me see. I'm reading. I have my phone looking at the questions. Anyone looking for measurements? I think I said that earlier. I'm working on updating the formulas or the links to how you can get the formulas. Oh, let's see. Somebody said vitamin E oil is a natural preservative and it's really good and very moisturizing. No, it's an antioxidant. It's not going to preserve anything, but it's going to help your formula, like help extend the shelf life. Like the oils and if you have oils and fats, if you make a body butter, for example, that only has oils and fats, then yes, vitamin E oil would be an antioxidant to help. Christine, you meant 5%? Dang. Okay, let me. This is. I'm not even trying to be funny. Please, I'm going to type it here. If you're working with any essential oil, this is a safety issue because you can cause some serious damage to your skin, to your hair. Please make sure you are following IFRA. Struggling to type because of my thumb. I type with my so I'm let me see. IFRA guidelines. I have to type with my. You have to follow IFRA guidelines whenever you're making anything that contains essential oils, fragrances. If you're buying fragrance oils, for example, I buy a lot of my essential oils from New Directions Aromatics. They have under every, I don't know how to share my screen, but under every essential oil, they have you have to kind of click on you go on their page. If you see the essential oil you want, it has more like data information. They actually have the IFRA chart. So you can see and I actually have a video how to scent your body butter products, but it honestly applies to anything you're formulating. I don't know, probably should update it to just how to scent your products using fragrance essential oils. That would have been a better title because those same rules apply to anything you're making. Every essential oil, fragrance oil has a dermal limit. Like there's a maximum limit or maximum amount that you can safely use for your skin and your hair. Some people will say, oh, I use 1% essential oil for everything. No. Something like, let's say, essential oil has a very low usage rate. I think tea tree has a low usage rate. I think spearmint essential oil has a very, very low usage rate. I think it's maybe 0.1. It's very low. So if you're someone that says I just use 1% for every essential oil, you're going to run into trouble. Yeah, go if or you can go on. I said it before in the video, EO calculator. If you go to Google and type EO calc or calculator, it takes you to the page. It tells you yeah, and the video I did step by step. Yeah, please, because it's a safety thing too. You don't want to. Yeah, thank you, Feed the Beauty, for catching that. For some reason, I saw 5%, and I was like, "This is really high." Then my brain was thinking, "Oh, it has. It's." She meant maybe 4.5%. Yeah, that is really high. Yeah, it's really high. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see. I'm almost done. I think I've been on here almost an hour. Uh. Sorry, my nose is so stuffy. Maybe it's my little candle on here that's making me stuffy. Let's see. So okay, I think that's it. I think that was it. It was just the body butter question, and some had already responded to before then. Scent blends. No, it's fine. Can I put my fragrance oils? Somebody asked, can I put my? Oh my goodness. Guys, don't forget to like the live too. Like the live chat. I think I got everyone's questions. I didn't have that much questions today, but I got most. I think I answered everyone. Is it too much? Yeah, I think I got everything. Okay. I'm gonna blow this out. Let's see. Can I put my fragrance oils and whip my body butter, or should I whip the butter first, then add some drops, stir for it a little bit so the fragrance oil can mix well with the butter? I don't think it matters. If you're adding fragrance oils to your body butter, just as long as you're adding it when your body butter mixture is not hot. So yeah, I don't think it matters. If you have a good quality fragrance oil, doesn't matter. I don't think it matters when you add it in terms of when the mixture has cooled. I don't think it matters if you add a little bit, mix, add a little, unless you just want to give yourself work. Yeah, I don't think it matters though, personally. You can add it just as long as you're adding it when it's not hot. You can add it either when you're, I like to add my fragrance or essential oil blend when I'm sure I've whipped up my body butter. I like the consistency. Then I'll add it then with my arrowroot, because the arrowroot needs to mix. And usually it takes at least a minute or two. So that I feel is more than enough time to get your fragrance blended in. I've gotten a lot of questions about emulsifying wax NF and their batches tends to be waxy. I don't think. Okay, I think I did answer. Wait, I did answer this question on. Well, I did answer it in the message.